Okay, I've decided to let you use my RV, which means I must trust you a great deal, and it also means that I want you to have the fun that I get every time I use it. So the purpose of this video is to give you a little tour, and there are, how do you work the pump and how does the sink. I'm going to show you everything. So I've put this on YouTube in a mobile format, which means you should be able to download it to your mobile device. And it just might be good when you're out in the woods to have your cell phone and be able to play this little video, and so you can remember, how do I get the air conditioner to work? Okay, so here goes our tour. Now Chase, here's one other important thing, because sometime you run out of gas and then you have to see, oh, there's where it goes, and you only put diesel in. If you put in regular gas, uh-oh, that's a bad problem. Okay, so the back doors. When you open the back door, it opens that far, but it will also open all the way. And it'll open all the way by closing it partially, unhooking this latch there, and now it goes fully back, so that if you were camping and you wanted wide open view, you can. And here's the latch for the other door, and the same thing. It stops here, or unlatch there to open the whole rest of the way. So you got really good visibility. Now, one thing about the back that's important: when the bed, which is on an electric recliner, slides back and forth, it's very easy for stuff to get caught in these gears. So the button that does that is a no kids button. Kids can't touch it because it's too easy to have it broken. I had it broken once. Okay, come on, I'm going to show you one other thing for the outside.
Just put your hat on.
So here's the other outside stuff.
Put your hat on.
This is an outdoor shower, and if I had the key, you could use it. This is the vent from the heater, and it does get hot, so if the heater's on, you're going to have hot. These vents are the back of the refrigerator. This is where you manage the emptying of the holding tanks. Black for sewage, gray for gray water.
Chase.
But you don't need to use those unless you're on a 2-week trip or something. And this is where the hose is that it empties. That is also where the gas goes, but you don't need that. I mean, I fill it every 6 months. Okay, here's the trickiest thing in the RV, and I would like you to really pay attention to this. There's a design flaw. This latch, which is for the toilet and shower, doesn't really work. In fact, if you're driving along and have it latched, this door will shake in and out, and the wood will crack. As you can see, it has been cracked. It was cracked when I bought it, and I didn't realize. So I have devised this improvisation. It's very hard. When you're driving, please use this. And I simply stretch this little mini bungee and hook it over here so that when you're on the road, it doesn't rattle. Otherwise, it's going to be doing this, and as it does, you can see that wood's getting weaker and weaker. When you're stopped, if you're stopped for the night, then fine, don't worry about it. But before you start driving, please reach in here, stretch this rubber cord out, and hook it over there. That is, unless you have a better idea. But the goal is to not have this rattling in and out. So let's say we're stopped. Very hard on your fingers too. Oh. Okay, let's say you're stopped for the night. No need to keep that on. Getting this door open and closed is hard. So first you undo this latch. Then over on this side, you see that there's a little plastic you push in. Now it works. When you close it, you first engage this little plastic latch there, and then do this, and everything's fine, as long as you're not going to move. If you're going to move, you'll reach up here, pull this thing, or come up with a better idea. But to not have this rattling back and forth, because it will definitely break. It's loose now. Okay, so windows are open, good visibility. Now I ask myself, did I go to each cabinet, and whenever I used it, did I use the proper latch? So this means when you close it, instead of slamming it, push up on that little plastic, see this little plastic latch? Press up on that little plastic latch so it catches. And again, this is from experience, because if you don't do that, then the first time you go around a turn, everything's going to come falling out. So foot thing, back windows, latch is closed, refrigerator locked, unlocked, or locked, unlocked, has to be locked, otherwise you'll go around a corner and you'll have a lot of wet food on the floor. And then, most important of all, is the bathroom door latched? If it's not, as you're driving, this is going to wobble and shake, and this wood, which is already cracked and broken, is going to be ruined. So make sure that's done before you drive anywhere. The final thing, this you're not going to touch since it is for the TV antenna and the TV doesn't work. This vent, you don't want to drive with this open, so make sure that this is closed down. Now we're ready to go. Have a great trip. Okay, well, I've sure had a lot of great adventures in my RV, and I invite you to do the same. And you should by now know how to do everything if you've watched these videos. And now I have two things to say. First, what makes me really happy? What makes me happy is imagining that instead of being parked and empty, the van is taking you on a trip. And I hope you have a really great time. I'm sure you will. It's a marvelous vehicle, never have any trouble with it. And bon voyage. So that makes me feel good. Here's what makes me feel bad. If I have to do any hassling because of your using, I don't like that. So all I ask is that you return it in the same condition that I gave it to you. And, you know, I'll probably fill it up with diesel before I give it to you. Please return it full. And hey, things go wrong. If you get a flat tire or something like that, that's okay. I'm not going to freak out. But will you please take care of getting it done? So let's say something breaks inside. Okay, that happens. But I don't want to be the one hassling around, calling repair places and blah, blah, blah. So I'll just get a rental car. You get it fixed up. And when you're all done with that, then I'll turn in the rental car and I'll get the RV back. But I just know myself, and I know that what I won't like is thinking, oh, geez, there's a flat tire now. I have to start calling tire shops. But no, you do that. And I'm not attached to material stuff, so don't worry. You know, if you drive off a cliff, I hope you survive. But don't worry that I'm going to be all angry. I just would like to get my RV back without me going through the hassle. So it's not the material stuff that bothers me, it's the personal inconvenience of having to track down a repair facility. Okay, so we're clear. Keep watching the video. I know you're fascinated with just how to use the toilet, and have fun.